Welcome back. Well, we have just read the story of the grower as well as the first section of his prophecy called Words. Well, we couldn't make an awful lot of sense of that, so there's not really a lot of point in me reading the remaining sections. As you can see, they are all very similar. I do, however, want to point out this particular paragraph because it tells us nicely what the grower is supposed to do, the prophecies regarding to the grower. A grower to learn of the deaf, a grower to see new life, a grower to bring the gathered, a grower to restore the least, a grower to move through time, a grower to link at will, a grower to follow the shell, a grower to banish the darkness, a grower to graft the branches, a grower to join the paths. So those are the prophecies relating to the grower, the things that he has to do to prove that he is the grower. That's just something that will come up, that's why I wanted to point it out. But since we don't really know what to do with all these prophecies, there's not much point in reading the rest. We can make sense of some of it. Some of the sections appear to refer to things that happened in previous Myst games or the fall of Dani, and some of them make no sense whatsoever. Anyway, now that we know about that, we can go back to our bookshelf of linking books and use this book, the first book under the Path of the Shell slots. And this book takes us to a location in Dani, in or near Egura, I believe. Probably not in Egura, because then it would show up in the Egura book, which it doesn't. And this location is known as the Watcher's Sanctuary, and is also sometimes called the Great Tree Pub. As you can see, it is a room, basically just, and it was apparently a gathering place of some sort. In front of us we can see an imager which shows a peculiar pattern with the symbol of the Path of the Shell below it. This is actually our first clue, even though we have no idea what this is for yet. But in the spirit of adventure gamers everywhere, we will make a picture of this, because if it looks like a pattern, it's probably going to be important. Now let's look around a little bit more here. You can see there's numerous alcoves around the room, but only two of them are actually open. This one is open. It leads to a balcony looking out at what appears to be the base of a large tree. Well, this is the great tree, the one that the grower would apparently restore. The tree, as far as I know, is supposed to represent the great tree of possibilities. As I explained in the description of one of my Riven videos, the idea of Dani linking books is based on the idea of alternate quantum realities. Every time a decision is made, every possible decision branches off into its own universe. And by writing linking books, the Dani were able to link to different realities. Basically, you write a book, and the book will then link to whatever reality most closely matches what you wrote in the book. And the great tree, the branches of the tree, represent the branching off of reality into all these different alternate quantum realities. If you've ever seen the Star Trek Next Generation episode called Parallels, in which Worf was jumping from reality to reality, that's actually based on exactly the same principle. It's actually a real theory in quantum mechanics, although it's just a theory. We don't really know if that's how the universe actually works. We also find a shirt lying here, which is the Great Tree shirt. So now I'm wearing that. There appears to be no obvious way to get to this tree. There's a bridge over there. which seems to be accessible from there, but not clear from here how you would get there. But it would appear that the access to that bridge is somewhere in this room. But where? The remaining alcoves are closed. Some kind of cloth is blocking the access and you cannot go through them. The only other alcove that is open is this one. And in it we find 2 linking books. As well as a notebook. Well, before looking at that, let's look around a little bit more here. Oh, and I actually realized I missed something over here. On the wall here is a number, 138. What does that mean? No idea. But it's a number, and this is still an adventure game, so it's probably important, so let's write it down. Well, let's check what's upstairs. Well, one thing that's upstairs is another one of these numbers, 189. So let's write that one down too. There appears to be a door here with some kind of drawing on it. Looks like some kind of gear. And there's a button, which you might guess opens the door. And it does, but it just takes a while. And it takes us into another room, and there is another number here, 14. There appears to be a dunny clock here. Looks like a clock anyway, something similar. And a switch over here. Which turns on the light and closes the door. You can also hear that a timing mechanism of some kind has started. Well, door's closed now. Well, let's see what else is here. There is a ball lying, sort of a Indiana Jones style boulder, inside a path, and we can roll this boulder up the path. Is there any point to doing this? I don't know. Depends on what's at the end of the path. Part of me just wants this to be part of a giant Rube Goldberg machine. Well, the ball's at the top now. There's a rotating wheel here. Seems like this path has no ceiling, although there's no way to get up there. Oh, no idea what any of this is for. Rolling the ball up there didn't actually seem to do anything. Well, since we don't really know what we need to do here, or what any of this is actually for, let's just open the door and go back this way. So let's check out these linking books and this notebook. Well, since we're out of time, I will read this notebook in the next video.